The school bully attacks her without knowing her terrifying secret. What would you do if the quietest girl at school was hiding a secret so dark it could change everything in just one day? Sometimes the silent ones are the most dangerous, and sometimes those who seem the weakest are the ones who know how to survive the best. This is the story of Luna, a girl invisible to everyone except to her worst nightmare, the school bully. But what no one, not even her tormentor, could have imagined was that Luna wasn't just another easy victim. She was hiding something terrifying, something that would turn the tables in the most brutal and unexpected way. Stay with me until the end of this story, because what begins today with humiliation will end in revenge. Luna arrived at her new school on a gray Monday morning, the kind of day when even the sun seems too afraid to come out with a worn-out backpack and her hair covering half her face. She walked down the hallway without lifting her eyes, as if she wished to disappear. Completely and honestly, that was exactly what she wanted most. It wasn't her first time switching schools. It wasn't even her first time hoping no one would notice her. But this time felt different. This time she had promised herself no trouble. For the first few days, everything went according to plan. She ate alone, blended into the background during class, and avoided eye contact like her life depended on it. But peace never lasts long when you look like the perfect target, because in every school, there's always someone who needs to find their prey. And Luna, with her fragile appearance and constant silence, looked like the easiest prey of all. What no one knew was that Luna had switched schools for a reason. A reason carved deep into her soul, a reason she had sworn to keep hidden. But secrets, no matter how deeply you bury them, always find a way to rise, and that moment was getting closer. It was during lunch on a Thursday, when Luna first crossed paths with her Madison. Every school has a queen bee, and Madison wasn't just the queen. She was the entire hive, tall, effortlessly beautiful and cruel, with the precision of a surgeon. Madison ruled the cafeteria, the hallways, and every soul who was too scared to stand against her. Luna didn't mean to get in her way. Honestly, she tried everything to avoid it, but all it took was a single mistake. One bump, one accidental brush of Luna's shoulder against Madison's designer jacket as she passed by, the entire cafeteria went silent. Luna mumbled an apology, barely audible. Her eyes fixed on the floor, but Madison wasn't the type to accept apologies, especially from someone like Luna. Seriously, are you blind or just stupid? Madison's voice echoed across the room, drawing attention like a magnet. Luna froze. This was it, the moment she had been trying to avoid. She wanted to walk away, to disappear. But Madison stepped closer, blocking her path with that smirk that made Luna's stomach twist. "You've got some nerve, first day, and already causing problems," Madison said, her eyes scanning Luna from head to toe with disgust. "What are you even wearing? You look like you crawled out of a trash can." A few snickers rippled through the tables nearby. Luna stayed quiet. That was always her strategy. Stay silent. Keep your head down. Let it pass. But something in Madison's gaze told her this wouldn't pass. Not this time. Madison had found her new target, and Luna had just become her favorite gay. What Madison couldn't possibly know was that she had just declared war on the wrong girl, and Luna had fought much worse battles than this. After that day, it became clear Luna was officially Madison's new project. It started small, little things. Petty comments whispered just loud enough for Luna to hear as she walked by, books knocked out of her hands in the hallway, laughter trailing behind her wherever she went. But small things don't stay small for long. When Madison is involved, soon it escalated. Her chair mysteriously vanished from class one morning, forcing her to stand awkwardly while everyone snickered. Someone poured water into her backpack, soaking her notebooks. Beyond repair, her lunch tray was accidentally knocked onto her lap, staining her clothes with spaghetti sauce that read for the rest of the day. Luna didn't fight back. Not once. She kept her head down, her voice quiet, her steps careful. But the thing about suffering in silence is people start to believe you like it. "Why don't you ever stand up for yourself?" a girl from her math class whispered to her one afternoon. Luna shrugged because what was the point? If only they knew the real reason she kept quiet. She wasn't scared of Madison. Not really. She was scared of what would happen if she stopped pretending to be the weak girl everyone thought she was. She had come to this school to start over, to stay hidden, to keep the past buried. But Madison was making that impossible. Every shove in the hallway, every cruel nickname, every time Madison's laughter filled the room at Luna's expense. It was all pushing her closer to the edge of a line she had sworn never to cross again, and Madison, she was too busy enjoying the show to realize she was lighting the fuse. It was after yet another ambush in the hallway this time, involving a "kick me" sign taped to her back, that Luna finally spoke. Not loudly, not angrily, but just enough for Madison to hear as she leaned in close, her signature smirk plastered across her face. "You should stop," Luna said quietly, her eyes still cast downward. "You have no idea what I'm capable of." Madison blinked, caught off guard for a split second. Then she burst out laughing. "Oh, wow! Look at that little mouse!" Finally found her voice. Madison mocked loud enough to draw attention from the entire hallway. "What are you going to do, huh? Call your mommy, please?" The crowd laughed along as they always did, but Luna wasn't laughing. And if Madison had been just a little sharper, just a little less blinded by her own cruelty, maybe she would have noticed the way Luna's hands tightened into fists at her sides, the way her jaw clenched for just a moment too long. Maybe she would have realized this wasn't a threat. It was a warning, a final one, but Madison didn't realize she thought Luna was harmless. Everyone did, and that was exactly why. What was coming next would shock them all, because Luna wasn't just some scared, quiet girl. She was a storm waiting to hit. And Madison had just given her the reason she needed it. Happened on a Friday. Luna had felt it coming all week, the way Madison's pranks had gotten bolder, meaner, more public. It was like Madison wanted to see just how far she could push her, and that afternoon she pushed too far. It started in the cafeteria. Luna had just sat down with her lunch when Madison and her friends approached, blocking the light towering over her table. "What's on the menu today?" "Oh, right, failure," Madison sneered before snatching Luna's tray, and without a second thought dumping the entire contents over Luna's head, the cafeteria erupted into gasps and laughter. Phones were out. Cameras were recording. This was exactly the kind of moment Madison lived for, a perfect, humiliating show. But this time Luna didn't lower her gaze. This time she wiped the sauce from her face, stood up slowly, and looked Madison dead in the eyes. It was the first time Madison had ever really seen her, and in that moment something shifted. The cafeteria fell silent. Maybe it was the intensity in Luna's gaze. Maybe it was the way she stood there completely still, like the air itself had frozen around her. Or maybe it was because deep down everyone realized something. Something had changed. "You shouldn't have done that," Luna whispered. Madison laughed nervously, trying to keep the attention on herself. "Oh yeah, or what? What are you going to do?" "Little mouse." Luna didn't answer. She didn't need to, because in less than 24 hours, Madison and the entire school would find out exactly what Luna was capable of, and no one was going to be laughing anymore. By Monday morning, the entire school buzzed with anticipation. Something felt off. Luna arrived earlier than usual, calm, focused, dressed in all black, her hair tied back, her eyes sharper than anyone had ever seen it. Wasn't just a change of clothes, it was a warning. Madison, of course, didn't take the hint. "Look, who thinks she's in some kind of movie?" Madison mocked as Luna passed her locker. "What's the plan? You going to write me a sad poem?" Luna stopped, turned, smiled, and that's when it began. By second period, Madison's social media was flooded. Anonymous post videos from her past, every cruel prank, every humiliating stunt she had ever pulled on Luna, and dozens of others leaked online for the world to see by third period. Whispers filled the halls, teachers watching her students pointing. By lunch, Madison's entire reputation was shattered. But Luna wasn't finished later that afternoon. The school's intercom crackled to life. A voice echoed through every classroom. Luna's voice. "I warned you," she said. "You never know what someone's hiding. You never know what they're capable of until you push them too far." And with that, the final blow dropped, a video compilation playing on every school monitor exposing Madison's bullying in brute. Undeniable detail, there was no escape for the first time. Madison wasn't the queen. She wasn't untouchable. She was prey. And Luna had become the storm they never saw coming. The next morning, Madison didn't show up to school. Rumors flew fast. Some said her parents pulled her out. Others whispered she was too humiliated to face anyone again. She sat at her usual table alone, calm, like nothing had happened, except everything had. The girl everyone ignored, the girl no one believed capable of fighting back, had just taken down the most feared bully in school without even raising her voice. And words spread quickly. People started looking at Luna differently, not with fear but with respect. A few even apologized quietly, awkwardly, as if they realized they had stood by too long, watched too silently while Mad tore others apart. But Luna didn't need their apologies. She hadn't done this to be popular. She did it to survive, to remind everyone that silence is not weakness, that the quiet ones are often just waiting, watching, calculating, and when they finally move, it's already too late from that day on. The school was different. Not perfect bullies don't disappear overnight, but they thought twice before choosing their next target, and Luna, she finally found the peace she came looking for, because sometimes justice doesn't wear a cape. Sometimes it sits in the back of the class headphones, in pretending not to hear, until it's time to show the world exactly what it's been hiding. And now I ask you, have you ever underestimated someone quiet, or worse, has anyone ever underestimated you? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you enjoyed the tale of revenge and justice, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell, so you never miss another story like this one. Because remember, sometimes the people you overlook are the ones who change everything.